Here we're going to have a look at a really common question in GCSE, which is the empirical formula. It also comes up a lot at the A level. It's a very straightforward process, really easy to pick up 3 marks, possible to pick up 2 marks, even if you make a couple of silly mistakes. You've just got to follow a very simple process. But just to start off with, we need to understand what we mean by empirical formula. So the empirical formula is the simplest ratios of the elements in a compound. So if I give you an example, this is ethene. It's got 2 carbons and 4 hydrogens. Therefore, its molecular formula is C2H4. However, because 2 and 4 are both divisible by 2, what we can do is we can divide that by 2 and I get an empirical formula of CH2. Okay. Now, normally at A level, this is then done in reverse, so you'd have to figure this out and then use the molecular formula, the molecular mass to figure out this. But I'll show you how to do it in another video. And this is the sort of question you will get, particularly at GCSE. And before we do anything, we need to highlight the numbers because those are what we're going to use. And first thing we're going to do, after we've done that, is just down the side, make a little note that says Mr. E. So Mr. E, and that stands for divide by the atomic masses. So the masses, find a ratio, turn it into empirical formula. That's all you're going to do. And read the question. A compound is found containing 23.3% magnesium, 30.7 sulfur, and 46% oxygen. So I'm going to write those symbols at the top. Mg, SO. I'm going to write the percentages. They might give it as masses, so they might give sort of, 0.3 grams, something like that. It doesn't matter. Whatever they give you in the question, that's what you put underneath the element. So 23.3. You might not be able to see the points particularly clearly, but just remember they're there. 0.7 and 46.0. And what you're going to do is once you've set your table up like this, you're then going to divide by the atomic masses. And the atomic mass of magnesium is 24. The atomic mass of sulfur is 32. And the atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So once you've divided them, this comes to about 0.99897 something. This is 0.96 if I round it. And this is about 2.78, something like that. No, 2.88 I think it is. Right. So once I've got those calculations, let me just clear that up a little bit. So that comes to 2.88. So that's 46 divided by 16. Now I need to find out, that's 1 mark out of the 3. Now the most common mistake here is people put these the wrong way around. So they'll do 16 divided by 46. That is wrong, but if you keep carrying on with the process, you can actually still pick up the following marks as error carried forward. So the next thing to do is divide by the smallest number, and the smallest number in this case is 0.96. And all of them get divided by the smallest number, and that gives me a ratio, which would be 1 to 1, and then this will give me about 3, right? So that's my ratio. That is another mark. Now, once you've done that, you go on to the last stage, which is the empirical formula. So the way we do this, and I'll just jot it up here so you can see it. So the way you would do that is to then take these values that are down here and put them next to these. So it would become Mg1S1O3. We don't write ones in chemistry, so what that does become is Mg SO3, and that's its empirical formula.